up to this time for this meeting to start. I apologize for starting late. This is my hope not to keep you longer than necessary. This meeting is not a political meeting. It is meeting by Imo State government. I assume my authority as the governor of Imo State convey this meeting to be able to take strategic decisions for the larger interests of Imo State. So all of you that have been appointed, have been invited, came in here with a mentality of politicalism, partisanism, remove it from your brain. Because we are going to address critical issues that concerns our collective interests, irrespective of whose ox is God. We have 656 communities in Imo State. It is assumed every community has a traditional rule, a town union, a youth leader, a woman leader. And the purpose of this meeting, all the while since I came as the governor of Imo State, so many things has happened. Insecurity of our people, many of our innocent people, persons, has been killed. Our children are, many of them, out of school. Many willing to go to school, but the infrastructure for quality education is not there. Avoidable deaths. Because our hospitals, those that are supposed to be easily accessible and affordable, not there. People are not even able to pay for the cost of medical treatment as a result of the death of their lives. They have gotten to a stage a government must proactively intervene. So the purpose of this meeting is to address, bring a final solution, not only the insecurity in Imo State, on how to make life affordable and meaningful to our people. I decided to understand this meeting because of my experience serving as a governor. I've seen that walking through one man in Imo State, in our various communities, does not yield enough results because everybody is suspecting each other. Since that is the case, we must have a way of coming together to work together to be able to protect our collective interests. So in this hall today, we have the Deputy Governor of Imo State. We have members of the National Assembly elected by us and that of House of Assembly. We have is not for today's meeting. We will get there. We have traditional rulers who are supposed to be the custodians of our tradition, our culture, and sustain the dignity of our people. There is a reason for every community to have a town union. And town union approach has worked in the past. There is no reason why it should not work now. We have our elected local government chairman, which should supervise rural development and strengthen the infrastructure for security and unity in our local areas. Ordinarily, it became necessary at that time when the idea of visiting white man was no longer working. Even in the colonial days, it became necessary for warrant chiefs to be created, for local authority to be instituted. So local government administration, from time immemorial, cannot be managed from the urban centers. If we must have a local government administration, administrators must be resident in the local government. We will also get to that, maybe not today, but it must be mentioned. In the past, councillors is a very ward are seen as the governors in those wards. Whether councillors are being respected or not, we will soon find out. Whether they are also empowered to work, and whether they are working in synergy with the traditional leaders, we will also find out. No government is active without social mobilization. It is because of that, and the idea of having women leaders, youth leaders, we continue to encourage it, or proper social mobilization. Because there is no how a thief will come to operate in a community if the youth group of that community is active, if the women leaders, women in that community are vigilant, and if the traditional ruler does not want to be a tyrant. So it is becoming necessary once more to review our infrastructure for governance. Be able to pick where we didn't get it right and intervene by either making the necessary changes or putting the right people in place. A government appointee who understands his or her job, knows that he is a representative of government. If government is doing well, then the appointee is doing well. If the government is not doing well, then the appointee is not doing well. Conscious of that, the appointee should do every time do the things that will government to do well. If the appointee is the reason why people are talking bad of government, we will also come to that and know whether such appointee should be spared or give up the chance for those who are willing to work. I've taken time to explain some of these things so you will understand why the meeting is expanded, why I decided to involve all the hands. On the side of government, I want to inform you that government will only not know what it doesn't want to know. Nothing happens anywhere, particularly in Imo State. And the responsive government, with all the infrastructure for intelligence gathering, will tell you that we are not aggressing. So I beg you that there must be a time in the life of a country or a state when the citizens must come together and take a bold decision for the interests of our people, our generation, and generations yet unborn. In 2021, we had a misunderstanding of the reason for insecurity in Imo State. I don't want to blame our people. By the grace of God, we did our best not to allow men of the underworld and wicked politicians to drag Imo State aground. We continued. I recall how a video was trending in 2021 when a non-government came out to shooting people, and people on the streets were clapping for them. Let me tell you how anybody speaking against criminality, killing of innocent men and women, was seen as somebody who is against the interests of the people. When you go to the market and decide to buy a mad dog, and the dog is taken to your house, there is no guarantee that you will not be the first victim. That mad dog. We saw how that's applause or passive encouragement of criminality in the name of politics. Okay. It is only a government that has the heart and the interest of the people. Go to all lengths to protect the interests of the people. A governor who is selfish, a governor who did not come to serve, has the infrastructure to remain in office 8 years whether the people are crying or they are laughing. But a governor with conscience, who understands that his happiness should be derived from the happiness of his people, will go all out to make sure that his people are happy, so that himself can be happy. Our people are suffering. There's too much poverty in the land. is our way. What have you done? We have by numbers and in the paper almost 4,000 health centers in Imo State. The norm is what to be called a health center. We have on paper over 2,000 to 3,000 primary schools. But all of them are crying and begging for help. Now, when I came here in 2020, other states relies mostly on UBEC to pay counterpart funding, to collect money and pay primary schools. From 2016 to 2021, Imo State did not pay counterpart funding. I made my case. I was also able to pay all the IRS. I created an account where all the money has been paid in. Now, in that account, Imo State has 18 billion naira. But why have we not used it? It's how to make sure that we're able to get somebody that when the money is given to him, the work will be done. In 2021, our health centers were dead. I went and borrowed money, 2 billion naira. I called traditional rulers, community leaders to my hub. We selected 305 health centers so that we can have one health center at least in every INEC ward. A combined bill of quantities. I released 5 million naira to each community. For 4 months, many communities were fighting who will be the signatory to their account, instead of how the work will be done. Up to today, many of those health centers were not built. This is even when I brought traditional ruler and local government chairman, party chairman, ward chairman. Since I put this money in the bank, everybody's eye is there. I called the local government, prepare budget, how do we prepare this to the local government? Insufer, who ordinarily should be the people to supervise and do this work. Even you back, I discovered that they are the contractors themselves. So it's a problem. Because if I don't tell you and let you know all these things, it will be easy for everyone to say, in Imo State, primary schools, no primary schools, no health center, nothing is working. Yes, hope has done well in the town. Don't express road. What of rural communities? Madonna, and I told my dad. So I want to all the primary schools. I have salary to almost 10,000 teachers in Imo State. Only last week, I commissioned physical verification. School by school. My security team visited all the schools, talked to all the teachers, and eventually we had less than 2,000 teachers in Imo State. Who are the 8,000 that have been taking salary for 2020 academy? In that less than 2,000, 60% are all in Owerri. In some villages, you see school, you don't have more than 2 teachers. Each time you observe this and tell the regulatory agencies, remove teachers from this place, send them to this place. The moment the posting comes out, teachers who claim they don't have money will go and get 200,000 to bribe those who post them back. How do we now make progress? I have therefore decided that every school must raise teachers from the community where the school is. That is what we want to do. And every school must set up Parents Teachers Association. That we will now know when the teachers come to school and when they didn't come to school. Now we are going to review the salary of teachers in Imo State. We will pay teachers enough money to make them take teaching profession as a choice. And all the primary schools and secondary schools, of course I know some of them were built by communities through contributions and levies. So when the community has done that, government should at least take it over and maintain it. So we are going to repair all the primary and secondary schools, but we must get guarantee that communities should be able to protect those facilities from being vandalized. "85% of the deaths in Imo State are avoidable. 2 things: wrong diagnosis, fake drugs. Wrong diagnosis, somebody will be suffering from typhoid. They will be treating him of kidney failure. And before you know Jack, the person is dead. And doctors are afraid, are not afraid. The next thing they say, they have taken him to mortuary. And that is the end of the story. No doctor has been investigated for wrong treatment in Imo State. No doctor has been arrested for somebody dying out of unethical practice. In Imo State, we have now embarked on health sector reform. We will make available a world-class health center, minimum 1 in each INEC ward. It's not to build a health center and abandon it. There will be quarters for those working here to live there. We will have the basic equipment, primary equipment for a primary health center. It will be equipped. And every local government must have one functional general hospital. So that if the case is serious and more than that of a health center, the person will go to the general hospital. And if it becomes higher from general hospital, you can go to tertiary hospital. I want to compete with the private clinics. Government wants to build a hospital and a health center that will drive private practice out of the population. All the doctors, many of the doctors, if not all, in Imo State, they have their own private clinics. And they're interested in their private clinics, not the one of government. Very soon, I'm sure they will be interested in that of government school. And we'll be happy to receive them back. Now, the idea of doctors, we have a medical school. Medical school. That have graduated doctors. When I came here in 2020, Imo State University Hospital and Imo State University lost their accreditation for graduating doctors. That was the first thing we worked on, and we regained that accreditation. Those who were in the school for 11 years, who were not able to graduate because of lack of accreditation, we started graduating up to today. Now we said we don't have money, and somebody is against doctors going outside to work. I want our doctors to go outside to work if they can, so that they can earn foreign exchange. What we should be thinking about is how to graduate enough doctors. We take what we need, they work for us. What we don't need, we export them to go and earn foreign exchange. So to tell me that a doctor going for greener pasture, we want the greener pasture. We should encourage them. But on our own side, we should strengthen our institutions. Because our population here is already exploded. Many of our young men and women are almost disgruntled. So how to bring a solution? A solution to avoid untimely death and death out of carelessness and lack of medical equipment and programs is what has led us into this reform, the health sector. Working with the WHO, World Health Organization, the federal government brought out a policy that will enable Nigerians be taken care of health-wise under one roof. A policy that will make sure all the equipment we need to treat any sickness, no matter how dangerous. But because we have not been able to implement it, two reasons. One is that the cost of medical treatment, quality medical treatment, is on the high side and may not be affordable to our people. Two is that we need a 21st century generation equipment to treat our people in the medical service. And those equipments are very expensive.